The moment you stop romanticizing your own suffering, you'll realize that the question, is it better to be loved or to be in love, is actually a trap designed by people who are terrified of being alone. Most of you are currently starving for validation, chasing the high of being the object of someone else's desire, while others are drowning in a one-sided obsession, mistaking their own projections for a connection. This isn't just a philosophical debate. This is the primary reason your relationships keep crashing and burning. You are prioritizing the wrong side of the equation, and it is leaving you emotionally bankrupt. The uncomfortable truth is that both positions are inherently parasitic. When you obsess over being loved, you turn yourself into a product on a shelf, constantly adjusting your behavior, your appearance, and your personality to maximize your market value. You become a hostage to other people's opinions. On the flip side, when you prioritize being in love, you become a prisoner of your own imagination. You aren't interacting with a human being. You're interacting with a fantasy you've constructed, ignoring every red flag because the chemical rush in your brain is more addictive than the truth. Both paths lead to the same destination, a total loss of your own identity. Psychologically, this boils down to your internal attachment style. Those who desperately want to be loved are often struggling with deep-seated insecurity, viewing themselves as incomplete entities that require an external source of energy to function. Those who live to be in love are often avoidant, preferring the safety of a fantasy where they have total control over the narrative because they never have to face the messiness of a real, flawed human being. You are hiding behind these roles because you are scared to death of the only thing that actually matters, being known. Real connection isn't about being adored like a deity, and it's certainly not about the euphoric, blinding haze of new love. It is about the uncomfortable, gritty work of being seen, accepted, and challenged. This is where you need to shift your perspective. You are not a character in a tragedy, and you are not a prize to be won. You are a sovereign individual with a capacity to build something significant, regardless of who is currently occupying your attention. Stop settling for the crumbs of validation or the delusions of romance. You have the power to curate your own standard, to demand a partner who meets you at your level, and to reject anything that requires you to shrink yourself. The moment you decide that your own respect is more valuable than any fleeting sentiment, you stop chasing and start attracting. You are the architect of your own value, and the right people will only respect that when you refuse to negotiate it. If you have spent your time waiting for a signal from someone who doesn't understand your worth, consider this your moment to reclaim your focus. There is a version of your future that doesn't include feeling small, and it starts the second you stop asking whether you are loved and start asking whether you are actually living for yourself. People who align with that energy will find you, and they will earn their place in your life. If you found that distinction useful, you probably already know it is time to stop playing the game and start setting the terms. I will see you in the next frame.